Good morning, hikers. I'm here at number 74 entry point for Boundary Waters, which is the start of the Kekakabic Trail. It's August 7th. I got here with my dad, and we're about to start. We're gonna go towards the east, towards the border route trail, and then we're gonna jump on the border route trail and head all the way to the 270 overlook. About 106 miles. Should be a good time. Weather for the next couple days looks awesome. And yeah, here we go. All right, well, we're a couple miles in, a few miles, probably closer to 5. Hard to keep track. Trail is rocky and this time of the year, of course, overgrown, but it's not that much different than hiking the Superior hiking trail. You just gotta watch your footing. So day one is a lot of, in addition to the overgrown trail, a lot of lowdowns to step over, but a lot that have obviously been taken care of by trail volunteers. So in the unlikely event you're part of the Kekakabic Trail volunteers, thank you so much. But holy moly, there's a lot to step over in day one so far. And the trail has not been, there's been no break from constantly touching vegetation while you're hiking. No clear break at all, except for maybe right here, and this is about the longest it's been, and then it goes back to walking through the vegetation. Well, that's the saw blade in early August. Pretty covered. This is the saw blade campsite, and I don't recall what that lake is. Oof, what a day. We have about a half mile or so, quarter mile, until we reach our intended campsites, which will be at either, I think it's Moyaka or Matus Lake. And excuse me, yeah, we've had to work for it. Holy moly, this is a hard day. So this is Matus or Metis Lake campsite. This is night one. Got of course, the fire grate. Thank you to the last person that was here that left all that firewood. That's awesome. And I got my food all scattered around. Not a lot of tent sites, but I got mine set up there. My dad's next door, so he'll hear me snore. And then real pretty lake. Good evening, hikers. We finished eating. I had some delicious ramen, chicken ramen with chicken creations. It was fulfilling. And just been hanging out at the site. Sun's going down, you can see it behind me. Got our tents all set up, and we're gonna have ourselves a fire and then probably have an early night to get an early start tomorrow. And hopefully the trail isn't as difficult tomorrow. But anyway, have a good night. Good morning, hikers. We are day 2 on the Kek, And we've reached the, yeah, that's the beaver dam, which is the trail. As you can see behind me, it continues right along there. So we're soaked already. It looks like we're about halfway through. It's great. Maybe a little longer. I don't know where it ends. But did 11 yesterday, looking to do 11 today, and going to Harness Lake. I'll show you my feet when we're done with this. Hey there, hikers. So the Kek is slow going, as I've mentioned many times. So we're about an hour in, and we gone only about 1.2 miles, 1.25, something like that. Lots of step overs, blowdowns, go arounds, and of course the beaver dam. And the vegetation is still the same as it was yesterday. Like you can see the path, you can discern where it is, but it's covered. So that's the Kek in August, but we're having a good time. It's just tough, and there's no break from the vegetation. There's no clearing. Like, you're going uphill, you're bound to come to a great view, and no, it's just more vegetation. That doesn't happen, at least so far. So got about another 9 3/4 miles maybe for the day. 8:30 in the morning right now, and hopefully we get hopefully there's some relief up ahead, nice views or clearing or whatnot. So well, good morning, hikers. This is my view this morning, and let me tell you, it's just about the only good thing out of yesterday. Yesterday was really tough. We did 11 miles and ended up at this Harness Lake campsite. And if you see those rocks, that's pretty much the entire campsite. This is where I am is the worst spot. There's only spot for one tent, at least down here. Oh yeah, I've got a sleeping pad. I got a nice comfy air mattress. It's not gonna work. Slow going this morning because obviously I didn't have much quality sleep. Bit dehydrated this morning, got a headache, so trying to get some fluids in me, and my carnation coffee, and enjoying a lovely Pop-Tart for breakfast. Today is going to be a short day, probably about 8 miles. I don't recall the campsite right now. I want to say Howard Lake. Hopefully that's a better campsite than this. Well, good morning. We're back on the trail, and more of the same. A lot of overgrowth, except we've added some mud this morning. Apparently there's supposed to be some waterfalls this morning, or so some other videos have said. We'll see if that is true or not. It sure is wet though. And I've seen a couple flags. It's about the only thing that's making it a trail. Otherwise, it just kind of looks like somebody walked through high grass, and that's about it. This is a particularly difficult stretch, and I haven't been filming because there are too many rocks hidden beneath all that bullshit. That is a lot of wilderness. Nice lake in the distance there. This is the bridge that I've seen in so many videos. Alright, it's our view of Howard Lake. We're at camp. This is night 3. Pretty lake, but terrible access to it. And honestly, another below average campsite, I would say. Fire grate. And one decent camp spot there. And one back here in the shade. Good morning, hikers. Morning of night or day 4. Waking up here at Howard Lake. Just enjoying Carnation and Beanie's coffee. Quite cold this morning. I think, I don't have a thermometer, but it's probably 50, something like that. It's the first time I had to bust out the puffy coat. It's an easy day today. We're only going about just a little over 5 miles to the Bingshik East Camp, I think. Good morning from the trail. We are about 20 minutes on trail, and it seems like par for the course on the Kek. This is what we are going through this morning, so needless to say, it's quite dewy and wet. But, I mean, if you didn't know you were on a trail and you were just standing here, would you be able to just randomly see that there is a trail? Maybe. But hey hikers. So we just saw another hiker, Amy from Wisconsin. She's doing a Thru-Hike out and back. Caught up with her and chatted a bit, and I gave her back her permit, so she was a nice gal. doing a solo hike, so good to talk with someone. And this is a little stream crossing that goes into, I believe that is Bay Lake. But thank you to all the people that threw these logs down. Appreciate it. Well, we're at the Bingshik East, and that's the view that we get. I can see why it's popular with just about everyone. It's really pretty. I did take a dunk, which I'm sure I'll put in this video if you haven't already seen it. Probably quite humorous. But the rocks keep me from going out and swimming. Not in these sandals, I don't know. Slippery rocks. Or just call me a baby, I don't know. It's a little cold. There's a lot of minnows though. Bet they're gonna try and bite me. Oh boy, is that cold. Feels good though. You've got a look of good all over your face. But doing some laundry, just letting clothes dry out. Dad's pants. So we're a lot less smelly now. But I'll take you up in a little bit and show you the camp for the night. Right, this is the Bingshik East site. Probably have a spot for a tent or two there. Probably not very even. That's just a little ledge, but probably could get another uneven spot there. My dad set up there. Got the fire grate. And tucked away back here. And since we're the only ones, yes, I'm utilizing this whole space. But you could get a party of two in here. Probably get another one in that area there. Look at that. That's a peaceful sunset. It's a good campsite. Good morning, hikers. Day 5, morning of day 5 on the last 3 miles of Kekakabic. Last night at Bingshik East, nice night. Great day at camp. It was just a relaxing day because it's the last campsite between here and the Gunflint Lodge. And really relaxing. Had a nice flat spot. Good sleep. Chilly though, the second half of the night. Of course, par for the course on the Kek. You know, less than 20 minutes in. Feet are wet, of course. going through a boggy area. Oh, I'm about ready to be done with this trail. Anyway, positive now. Tonight will be Gunflint Lodge, restaurant, shower, maybe some AAA batteries because I failed to check my headlamp before I left and it's now dead. Yeah, I don't really night hike, but it is helpful in the middle of the night if you have to pee. All right, well, all for now. And coming up at the Paulson Mine, which I've seen in lots of other videos. By the way, if you've made a YouTube video about the Kekakabic or the Border Route Trail, I've seen it. I watched them all. I've watched some of them more than once. So I'm going to say thank you for making those. I enjoyed nearly every one of them. I think it does help people know what they're getting into as well as promote the trail. What I haven't found are videos of the Keck through to the border route and beyond to the 270 overlook. So that's why I decided to film this, if you want to call it filming. Well, almost to the end. Well, I know Magnetic Rock is more touristy, I guess, for a hiking trail in the Boundary Waters, but this is night and day in terms of trail. This is a trail. Well, if this isn't Magnetic Rock, I don't know what is. Cool. All right, so we're on the Border Route Trail. We just passed a procession of day hikers that are coming probably from, I don't know, another parking lot or a lodge, going to Magnetic Rock, and past another group of 3 boys and a cute golden. That was a nice little thing to see coming, turning a corner in the bushes, a smiling dog face. That was great. But you can tell that this is definitely lodge territory because of all the day hikers, and all of them in jeans and t-shirts, and every one of them said, you can see all the mosquitoes here. Every one of them said, "Oh, you're so smart with the bug net." Yeah, I know. Good views along the Border Route Trail. Lovely. It's a far drop. Good morning, hikers. Morning of day 6. We are still by the Gunflint Lodge, on their trails that supposedly meet back up with the Border Route Trail. So that's where we're hoping, headed towards High Cliffs Overlook, which the guidebook says is part of the border out trail, so hopefully we'll end up there. I didn't really film yesterday because it's just a whirl of activity, you know, getting our boxes and repacking, drinking some beer, eating dinner, and then having to listen to all the rude Friday night people in the bunkhouse. High Cliffs Overlook. Well, there's no sign or anything, but I'm not sure what else it could be. That's Gunflint Lake. I think that's the lodge down center screen. A little cloudy this morning, but doesn't show chance of rain. Should be clearing up. Hey hikers. Well, after some confusing sections around Gunflint Lake in that area, just south of it, now we're going around, I think that's Loon Lake. In the background, trail's winding right along it, and it's coincides with another trail that I can't remember, Bryce something maybe, but it's quite a nice trail, groomed, easy to follow, relatively flat with some roots, but it's very nice. Hey hikers. Well, after miles of no signs at all. Oh wait, no, take that back. We did see one sign and some very sparse ribbons in the difficult areas. There is a sign now. And I was on the right trail. That's good. So now we're going down there on the border route, because it says back the way I came is magnetic rock, so I know I was on the trail somehow. But it's pretty frustrating that we just went on it was Bryce Gian Trail something, goes around Loon Lake, that section. There's a bunch of ribbons up, which is the biggest waste of time, because it is literally the only trail over there. It's really well groomed, really easy to follow, really nice trail. So the ribbons were really just kind of pointless. But then you get into sections that it's so clearly confusing. The guidebook says it's confusing, yet we don't put any ribbons up. Baffles the mind. Well, that's a nice view, especially with the clouds breaking a little bit. Oh, there's a bridge down there, I think. Sometimes border routes has opened up to nice views, but that's a 180 there. Hey hikers, just took a break here by the bridge over Bridal Falls, or Bridal Veil Falls, I think. I'm beat, man. So it's been a long day, some hard trail after the cakewalk we got along Loon Lake. But I'm beat, tough trail, thick stuff, thick bush. So hopefully it's not too much more of the hard stuff. Very pretty. So this is my first experiment with a ram bomb. Instant potatoes and ramen. It's interesting. Filling. Not sure I used enough water. Used over 2 cups though. I don't know. It's okay though. Really filling, so that's good. Good morning, hikers. Morning of day 7 here at Topper Lake. Good morning, hikers. Morning of day 7. It's a Sunday. I don't know what date it is. I guess maybe the 14th. And heading just under 10 miles today to Rose Lake. So far this morning, the trails, I mean, it's a little overgrown, but nothing like it was yesterday. So in the yesterday's bad sections. So nice leisurely hike so far. Not in any real rush. Trying to conserve my energy. Maybe I won't get so dang tired in the afternoon on this trail. Had service actually at the site last night. Just 1 bar, but I was able to shoot a text or 2 to the wife. And yeah, I miss my wife and my puppies, but that's through hiking life. Yeah, we've got a view of Partridge Lake. This is a wonderful opening of the woods to see this. Morning, hikers. Morning of day 8. I'm on a bit of a bad luck stretch here. Last night I took a bit of a header into a log on my way back up from getting water. Knocked myself flat. So I got a gash there and a big bruise, well, big lump. That will be a bruise. I'll show that later after I take my hat off, but that happened last night, and then I literally just left camp like 3 minutes ago and already slipped into muddy water to my shin of my right foot. So yeah, that's my morning this morning. It can only get better, right? We're going either 10 or 12 today. Point something each. To Clearwater Lake or Kekakabic. So far, I would say border route is superior to Kekakabic. I don't see that changing, even with the sections that are overgrown and some of the blowdowns, but that's my assessment this morning. All right, well, I better pay attention before I get even more wet. So, have a good morning. Well, good morning again. That's my path. There is a little boardwalk, but my dad tried to go through and he said there's literally no way around, so yeah, you can see him up center screen. I've caught up to him, so that's what I'll be doing. That's left cold. I can tell it's getting deeper.
Yeah, that one area right in there.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna go up to my balls.
Stay to your right.
Yeah, that's going to my balls.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Come on, that's damn near close. Are you kidding? You got longer legs than I do.
You had about the same reaction there as when you went swimming.
Right. Yeah, I can see the hand. Wouldn't it be hilarious if right here I lost my footing? Just when you think it might be over, you go another 10 yards and if anyone's wondering if you can go around it, you can't. And if anyone's wondering if it smells nice, it doesn't. Should I illegally cross the border? Should I swim over? Nobody's looking. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't want to be in jail. Hey, Canada. Incredible. This is what we've been hiking through for a little bit now. Clearly some tornado damage. This area is just wrecked. And yeah, it probably took a while to clear all this out. Oh my goodness. And under we go. Just look at all that. Ugh. So right now I'm appreciating the volunteers who came out and cleared all this away. This probably took forever. Look. Morning, hikers. My last coffee before I head out this morning. My Carnation Instant Breakfast and Instant Coffee Mixture. We're at the Kekakabic Lake campsite. Big, lots of flat spots for tenters and tons of good trees for hammocks. Pretty good site. I had a moment of silence this morning for my darn tufts, one pair of my darn tufts, which got burned because I was careless. We were trying to dry out our clothes because we didn't have enough sunlight because it was cloudy yesterday, and I just had them too close to the fire, and yeah, lifetime warranty isn't going to cover accidental burning in a campfire, so sad day. Loved those. Overall, been a pretty good trip. I like the Border Route Trail. It's got lots of places that are very reminiscent of the Spirit Hiking Trail. I'd do the Border Route Trail again in a heartbeat. I'd probably do it in fall, so a little cooler temperature, less bugs, maybe less growth over the trail, but it's nice. I like the Border Route Trail. Wish I lived closer so I could do some volunteering. All right, hikers, the section of trail just east of Kekakabic Lake has been quite nice. Very similar to Superior Hiking Trail. There's a few patches that are kind of overgrown, but a few down trees, but that's normal. But nice trail. Not a lot of elevation changes so far. Well, find ourselves in a bit of a situation. I'm not sure what our next move is. I think I know it has to be, but I got to East Pike Lake campsite. It's a campsite just in the woods. There's no water. I explored down there. There's no water. There's no way to get to water unless you want to bushwhack all the way through. So I come back up to the trail and I keep going for those, and it just looks like a canoe, landing. I don't know what you'd call it. People have obviously stayed there in the past because it looked like there had been a fire there. There's no fire grate. The ground is terrible. There's not a single inch of flat ground. So that would be one option for us, is to stealth there, or we have to push on to McFarland, which I don't know anything about. I would say it's at least 4 more miles. I mean, it's 2 o'clock right now. I'm waiting for my dad. I don't know how far behind he is, so those are the 2 options. So we'll figure it out, but that's one real negative to the Border Route Trail and that association and whatnot. And the guidebook and the digital maps for today's hiker, because let's be real, today's hiker, backpacker, does use their phone and GPS. And the lack of that is a frustrating thing. It is what it is. I guess that just makes it why this is such a challenge. But morning, hikers. A real early start this morning. If you can't hear it, it's raining. So we packed up really fast to avoid having the tent and clothes wet. And now it's thundering, although we haven't had any since I started the video. We camped at East Pike Lake Camp, which was really crappy because it has no water access. So we had to go down to the lake. I don't know how far away, but it was a steep decline and then incline. And we brought back 4 liters for the night. Hey hikers, it's about 11:15. The sun is out. I was able to get a forecast and it's gonna be like this for the next, looks like 4 hours. So we're gonna use the time to see if we can make it to camp early. And then if we can, we're gonna, whoops, sorry mosquito. We're gonna push onto the car. That is our plan right now. And I'll check back in later. Hey hikers. It's been a trying morning and early afternoon. But we're still slugging along. We're just alongside the Pigeon River. I think we're headed south real soon towards that last campsite. And then shortly after that last campsite, it goes east to the terminus. Ouch. And trail the last hour has been real rough. Lots of low branches that are right at eye level. Lots of overgrown trails, so it's like you're crouching down all the time. I don't know, it's in rough shape. But you will get breaks like this one occasionally. And yeah, I'm beat. We've been going pretty hard this morning in the rain, so tired. Hey again, hikers. We are, I think, on the home stretch. It looks like we have turned and we're headed straight east for the most part, which is headed towards the end. And we're pumped. The mosquitoes have been awful the last 2 hours. And the overgrowth has been pretty terrible. Along with the mud and the rocks, we are so looking forward to getting to that car at the end. And I have shorts and a t-shirt I can change into 3.5 hours. That's how long it's gonna take to get back to Ely, where the other car's parked. Not looking forward to that drive, but you know what? AC and music and no bugs and no swimming through branches and brush. So, head running down to the car. Hey hikers, we just finished our through hike of the Kekakabic and Border Route trails. Took us 10 days and now we're headed back to Ely to go pick up the car. So thanks for following along. Peace.